Hey guys, good day. How are you doing? Here we are in the island of St. Thomas in the US Virgin Islands. We're going to be flying this beautiful Lear 35 Alpha on a short hop to Anguilla. It's a 22-minute flight, and we're just waiting on our VIP passengers to board. We have some ATC, live AI ATC to help us along the way. There's another departure coming shortly. Out here of runway 10 in St. Thomas. That's the main terminal. This is the Sara Lee King Airport in St. Thomas. Some cruise ships around, nice beaches, beautiful location for sure. Departure is through the valley, so we take some caution with the mountainous terrain on the departure here. United 737 MAX departing, probably for Newark. So anyway, we're cold and dark. We got the ground power hooked up. So let's go ahead and get this little baby cranked up. Passenger loading, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 passengers and the 2 pilots. Our fuel for the trip is just 1,600 total. We right now have just about 14, so we'll put a little bit in the tip tanks. Call it 1,500. Our fuel burn is just 260 kilograms. So that gives us, with the passengers and baggage, so let's see, baggage here. Suitcases, 5 of 6, 3 briefcases, large duffel bag. Okay, that gives us a total weight of 68.96. So 68.96, that's just over 15,000 pounds. So we'll go up to the high one and put our takeoff weight at 16. So we have 134 and 137. So 134, 137, and we'll put the white bug at 250. That'll be our speed restriction for the climb. We're just getting this out of the way before we put on the power. Okay, so let's get rid of the control columns just so we can see the whole panel. All our switches are down here. So we'll go ahead and get the battery 1 and 2 on. Actually, let's do this the correct way. If we put a emergency battery on to standby, we're gonna have the gear lights. See, it says emergency. We're on emergency power. We have the standby indicator, so that shows that the emergency battery would be able to fly the aircraft with that. So we put it onto emergency battery now. We get the altimeter, and then we put on the battery 1 and 2. We can check our volts. We have just under 30, about 28 volts. Good. So we get the inverters on. Avionics master. Stall warning. Hydraulic pumps off. So landing taxi lights are off. Seatbelt signs. We can put it on. Our fuel is on board. The pressurization is set. Cabin air is on. The cooling fan is off. We put our nav light on. Okay, let's check that we are in the fuel cutoff. Park brake is set. Fuel 3,300 pounds, that's good. Standby pumps off, jet pumps are on. Let's bring our trim into the takeoff position. That's good. Aileron and rudder trims, that's checked. Yaw damper is off for now. Let's get ATIS.
And departing runway 10. Advise on initial contact, you have information Lima. Cyril E. King Airport information Lima. 1802 Zulu. Wind 145 at 11. Visibility 10. Scattered at 3,400. Temperature 30. Dew point 23. Altimeter 29994. Landing and departing runway 10. Advise.
November 35 Romeo Tango. Request IFR clearance to Wallblake.
November 35 Romeo Tango, St. Thomas Ground, cleared to Wallblake Airport. Radar vector Slugo, then as filed. Maintain 4,000 feet. Expect 17,000 feet 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 128.65. Squawk 3246.
Cleared to Wallblake Airport. Radar vector Slugo, then as filed. Maintain 4,000 feet. Expect 17,000 feet 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 128.65. Squawk 3246. November 35 Romeo Tango.
November 35 Romeo Tango, read back correct. Call me back when ready for start or taxi.
Wilco, November 35 Romeo Tango.
Okay, 3426, and we expecting 17010 after, so we climbed like such a rocket. I'm going to put 170 and we will stop climb at 4,000 if we need to, but once we have one, it'll give us the higher level pretty quickly. So this plane is a handful, so we're gonna try to reduce the workload. I'll just put the 170 to begin with. Okay, we are direct to Slugo, so we have Departure Shirley King, destination is Tango, Quebec, Papa Fox, it's Wallblake, Anguilla. It's 109 nautical miles. Yeah, we'll add a waypoint in there, that's Sligo. So we'll be cleared, runway heading and then direct to Sligo 170 and our squawk 3426. So our flight plan pretty simple. To go, let's get the radios out of here. St. Thomas. St. Thomas VR is 1086. 108.6. Enter and
Patrice, WhatsApp.
Okay, so we have Sligo, and that course is going to be 122, so we put that here.
Delta 1950 Heavy, ramp 6 taxi via Alpha, Charlie.
It's 10.
Ramp 6 via Alpha, Charlie, Delta 1950 Heavy.
Want to put it on both sides. 122 and 10. Okay, we have the GPS nav selected on both. And let's get the 1086 on top. So we have the DME and minutes here, and this is com. Right, so 1086. Get out on top, and we don't have a VR in Anguilla, but St. Martin is 113.0. 1130. We put in a standby. There's no ILS or nothing like that, so just put the VR. So once we're about halfway over, we'll switch up to the VR just for St. Martin as a reference. But it's an RNAV into Wallblake. So let's see here. If we go to procedures, arrival, it says none. Doesn't give me any procedures. Why is that? Let's see here. Flight plan. If I select, okay, if I select it here, load procedure. All right. Approach. Okay, RNAV 11. Good. So we have that, and we can load the approach into the system. So we have the RNAV 11 ready to go. Okay, let's request our startup.
November 35 Romeo Tango, ramp 408, request engine start.
November 3-5 Romeo Tango, startup approved. Call when ready for taxi.
Wilco, startup approved. November 3-5 Romeo Tango.
Okay, we can close the cockpit door and let's see if our passengers are here. While we're so busy, yes, our passengers are here. So hello guys, you guys make sure your seatbelts are on. Our flight time is 22 minutes, 17,000 feet. Nice weather, should be a smooth flight. So sit back, relax, and we'll have you in Anguilla in no time. Alright. I can close the door manually, but it's a bit of a tax, so what we'll do is just use the old iPad here. Close the door. Okay, so we clear all around. Run a quick checklist. So cabin door is closed, anti-icing is off, left and right computers are on. These guys down there, parking brake is set. We checked. Primary inverter on. Yep, hydraulic pump is off. Cooling fan is off. Auxiliary heat is off. Beacon lights, so that's over here. Beacon light on. Nav lights is on, thrust lever is in the cutoff, engine sync is off. Okay, so we go ahead and start number 2. Between 10 and 13%. Fuel on. Okay, turn up the engine sounds here a little bit. Pressure is coming up, we've got good fuel flow. Put the right generator on. Light is out. Okay, and the oil pressure is good, engine is stable. Bit number 1. Fuel in. We got light up. And oil pressure is coming up, fuel flow is good. See that, check the amps on number 2. In the meantime, that's good. We have hydraulic pressure. So put the generator on. And all the start lights are out. Okay, good start. Let's go ahead and select flaps to 8. Windshield to hold. Those heaters will come on the lineup. And we got autopilot. Read the alt switch on. Okay, so the pitot caution is on, and this just green one shows we have the window heat on hold. With the checklist, so verify the amp load. Both engines are running, 250 amps, all looking good.
All air aircraft, be advised information might now current. Altimeter 2993.
2993. Okay, altimeter is 2993 set. I think we can bring these guys up now. So we do a quick control check. Good, so our seatbelt signs are on for the taxi, and the taxi lights is down here, so you can put one on. Check our time. Yeah. This is actual time right now, and weather in the Caribbean, so we're good to go. Okay, ATC.
November 35 Romeo Tango, ready to taxi to the active.
November 35 Romeo Tango, runway 10 taxi via Foxtrot, Echo, Alpha. Hold short runway 10.
Runway 10 taxi via Foxtrot, Echo Alpha. Hold short runway 10, November 35 Romeo Tango.
Alright, so I believe they want us to taxi more short to before we cross. We have to cross runway 10 and use the taxiway on the other side down to Holden Short. So, alright. Bar brake release, and we're going to put the yaw damper power on. Arm the thrust reverses. Got to put on a steering as well. This plane is pretty antiquated, so steering on, and we'll have to take the steering off on the takeoff roll. Reverse check.
November 35 Romeo Tango, cross runway 10 at Foxtrot. Continue taxi via Foxtrot. Hold short runway 10.
Cross runway 10 at Foxtrot. Continue taxi via Foxtrot. Hold short runway 10, November 35 Romeo Tango.
Clear left and clear right. Nobody's.
November 35 Romeo Tango, cross runway 10 at Foxtrot. Continue taxi via Foxtrot, Bravo, Golf, Alpha.
Cross runway 10 at Foxtrot. Continue taxi via Foxtrot, Bravo, Golf, Alpha. November 35 Romeo Tango.
We got our altitude select armed here. Power on the autopilot is on, and we'll leave the heading off now. And once we get airborne and we are given some radar vectors, we'll put in. Where's this fire truck going? Aircraft to taxi on, guys, not you guys.
November 35 Romeo Tango, contact St. Thomas Tower 118.8. See you.
See you.
Contact Tower 118.8. November 35 Romeo Tango.
Okay, runway 10 identified. Okay, for departure, we put on the air ignitions on. We gotta get the rest of the lights. Taxi on. And over here we have the strobe light and recognition light on. So light up the ship, put the radar on now. And the pitot heat's on. Windshield is on hold. We don't need a heat fully on yet. Only if the windshield starts to fog up, we can put it on. For now, we're looking good. All right, so we have thrust reverses armed. The steering tiller is on. We take it off as we start the takeoff roll. Windshield heat is ready. Before takeoff, checklist, flight controller check, reverses arm, avionics, frequencies are set, autopilot is set. N1 reminder is takeoff 97. Spoilers are retracted, flaps are set to 8, trim is set for takeoff. Anti-ice is off, pitot heats are on, windshield heat is on hold, radar altimeter is set. It's set over here at 200. Primary and secondary inverters are on, air ignition switches are on, left and right stall warnings are on. It's here. Lead switches are on, pressurization is set. We are only up to 17, so this plane has a very robust pressurization set. It's manual, so we just set it to the aircraft altitude. So we have 24, and the cabin will stay at sea level basically. Climate control is set, yaw damper, primary and secondary power on. It's down here. Primary and secondary power on. Okay, and annunciators, we are checked, and there's no ambers, all good. Checklist complete.
November 35 Romeo Tango, holding short, runway 10.
November 35 Romeo Tango, St. Thomas Tower, wind 145 at 12, fly heading 100, runway 10, cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 100, runway 10, cleared for takeoff. November 35 Romeo Tango.
100, cleared for takeoff. Alright guys, as we go, look for the nose wheel steering light to go off. Stable. Power set. Nose wheel steering is off. Speed alive. Power set. check the flaps up.
November 35 Romeo Tango, reset transponder. Squawk tree 246.
Oh yeah, my god.
3246 in the box. November 35 Romeo Tango.
Maybe approaching 250 knots. Speed hold, autopilot on. Climbing like a bat out of hell. Back just a little bit. That rate of climb is 5,000 feet per minute, 250 knots. After takeoff, contour set, reverses, off. Flaps are up, gears up. Insane is on the odd anchor. I didn't put the transponder on to altitude. That's why they call it. So we're good now. 3, 4, 6, 7, 5. So we're 10,000. Take the recognition light off. And taxi light off. Seatbelt signs off. That's the island of St. John down below us now, and we are coming up over Tortola. It's the British Virgin Islands. And we are level at 170. Direct to Sligo. See, we're just zipping past these islands here. Center, November 3-5, we return a request direct to Slugo.
November 3-5 Romeo Tango, unable request, a bit busy.
You're kidding me. The altimeter is 2992 set. We are really cruising along here. I'm going to bring the power back. It's a short flight, we don't need to go at Mach 2. ATC is too busy to give it direct. So we're just maintaining where we're heading for now. That's fine. We're in the general direction of Anguilla, so that's fine. What I'll do is in the meantime I'll put Julian VR on top. So we have 74 miles to St. Martin. And St. Martin is right next to Anguilla, so that's our distance to go. Okay, these also come off after takeoff. Ignition. We're on heading mode and out holding, awaiting direct to Slugo, or direct to Anguilla.
St. Thomas Tower, Delta 1889 Heavy, visual runway 10.
Delta 1889 Heavy, St. Thomas Tower, continue.
Wilco, Delta 1889 Heavy.
Checking all passengers. Be comfy. Such a beautiful little jet, this LEARJET. This rarely see. They're so old. These are from 70s and 80s technology.
Delta 1605 Heavy, ready for departure, runway 10.
Delta 1605 Heavy, hold short of 10.
Affirmative, hold short of 10, Delta 1605 Heavy.
Night Cargo 9er M November, exit right at Delta.
Exit right at Delta. Night Cargo 9er M November.
Just check performance for landing into Anguilla. We're only burning off, just got it 300. So
Delta 1889 Heavy, go around. Fly runway heading, maintain 5,300 feet.
We'll use 15,000 pounds for
On the go.
landing. Since
Fly
127.
runway heading. Maintain 5,300 feet. Delta 1889 Heavy.
And approach
Delta
final
1889 Heavy, contact San
135.
Juan Oceanic Control 128.65. Talk to you in a bit.
speed.
Contact
200
San
will
Juan
be our
Oceanic
direct
Control
flight speed.
128.65. Delta 1889 Heavy.
Delta 1605 Heavy, St. Thomas Tower. Wind 145 at 12, runway 10, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 10, cleared for takeoff. Delta 1605 Heavy.
There's Slugo. So I want to start my descent just after Slugo.
November 35 Romeo Tango. Request direct to fix.
November 35 Romeo Tango, roger, say fixed name.
Slugo.
November 35 Romeo Tango, Slugo is your current waypoint. Continue direct Slugo.
Oh, right. You never gave me that, so or did I miss that? Okay, direct Slugo. Nav select. And that is 101.
Delta 1605 Heavy, contact San Juan Oceanic Control 128.65.
Center on 128.65. Delta 1605 Heavy. Have a good one.
Oh boy. Okay, so looking at the approach plate into Anguilla. RP runway 11. Okay, RP11, so 1760 until Papa Fox 11, and we descend our minimums, E530. So we go to the radar altimeter. Set 530 here. Running for our minimums. We'll get the DH light to come on at that altitude, minus at the minimums, but it's beautiful weather. We probably just do a visual landing, so runway 11. So let's see, our distance is 30 miles to go, approximately, so it's 17 or 17 by 3. You can see Anguilla and San Martin up ahead right now, so we're getting pretty close. Let's get our distance.
St. Thomas Tower, Spirit Wings 284, visual runway 10.
Spirit Wings 284, St. Thomas Tower, wind 145 at 12, runway 10, cleared to land.
Runway 10 cleared to land. Spirit Wings 284.
Starting to slow down here. Good to see it. Not getting the option to request descent.
November 35 Romeo Tango. Request new cruise altitude.
November 35 Romeo Tango, roger, say new altitude.
We're requesting descent actually, the November 35 Romeo Tango.
November 35 Romeo Tango, you broke up. Say again altitude.
I will tell you what. We are descending. Because Anguilla is right there. I'm gonna have to do some maneuvering to get some extra track miles. So we'll put the spoilers out.
November 35 Romeo Tango. I didn't get that altitude. Say again altitude.
We're descending to 1800 right now. One thing, the LEARJET drops like a rock once you put the spoilers out.
November 35 Romeo Tango, St. Thomas Tower.
No, that's the thing. They didn't switch me over.
November 35 Romeo Tango, wind check.
We're through 10.
Wind 115 at 12.
Let's get our lights back on. Seatbelt signs coming on. The landing, we need the air ignition on. Take the autopilot off for a second. Track is 105. It's 1,000 to go. Guys, we are now on a visual approach. ATC is not cooperating, so we just want to keep this nice and short. So we have 105. Speed's coming back nicely. That's St. Martin over there in the background now. Hey, speed check. Landing gear down. Flaps 8. I'm kind of familiar with this area, guys, so I have the runway in sight straight ahead. Speeds back nicely. Flaps 2. 10, I should say. 20. Flaps 20 now. Gears down 3 green, flaps 20. Let's get thrust reverses armed. Wish me luck. This plane is tricky to land, to say the least. jumping. Yeah. Wow, we made it. Steering back on. Welcome to Anguilla. Flaps are up. We go ahead and take the strobes off. Landing lights off. We leave one for the taxi. There's fire trucks everywhere. This is the Clayton J. Lloyd International Airport. We'll clear our customs here. Guys, let's take these yaw dampers off. The steering can come off. The park brake is set. 1 and 2 cut off. Get a GP off. Open the doors. Beacon light off. Seatbelt signs come off. Zero heaters. Windshield heat off. I think those are the main ones. Flash reverses off. Torque brake is set, anti-ice is off, all switches from the avionics to go. Fuel. So only if you're taking everything off, we have the stall warning, anti-skid, the other lights. Avionics. Oop. Radar. Inverters. Generators. Emergency battery, where are you? Off. Okay. And there we go. All switches are off. iPad off. Stored. And we are locked up. And that was our crazy flight to Anguilla. This is actually a good representation of the airport. It's yeah, let's take a little. Actually, I have to reset the view here. Awesome stuff. Sweet little jet. Nice short little flight. This is a popular destination for a lot of movie stars, people who don't want to be followed by the paparazzi. Come here to Anguilla to get away. Beautiful beaches and resorts. So guys, thank you. Enjoy the rest of the evening or morning, wherever you are. And so long from Anguilla in the Caribbean islands. That's St. Martin. Actually, you can see Saba. A lot of private jets come here in the winter season. Alright guys, thanks a lot. Good night. Thank you. Ciao. Hasta mañana.